What is going on, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of how you can start setting up appointments for your B2B service, whether you are a freelancer, a digital marketing consultant, whether you are a marketing agency that's trying to increase the number of leads you're generating and grow your agency. You can also sell this for, or use this for direct to consumer type services. I've seen a personal trainer use it very successfully to sell a specific type of exercise regimen to computer programmers and engineers that worked at desks most of the time of the day. And yeah, so it can be sold to quite a different sold for quite a different few different services. And as long as your target market is on LinkedIn, then this can work for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Above, you'll see just some example data from some past campaigns I've ran for a client, and you can kind of see the way I approach this. And you kind of want to be, you don't want to kind of be, you want to be methodical about the way you approach it, and you're going to develop lists first, and that'll be a separate video on how to make a list. And you want to be highly targeted about that. Um, you want to have it very owned in and filtered down to the people that you'd really want to serve. And that's the best way to do it. It's the most authentic way to do it and the least spammy way to do it. So once you got that, you're going to want to start sending connection requests. That'll be another video as well. But you can do this manually. You can do this with an assistant, and there are other tools available that can kind of speed up the process. But that would be another video as well. And then you are going to want to the first thing I analyze is the connection rate and the amount of people connecting. LinkedIn's got an algorithm that it kind of promotes, if it thinks you're like a positive influence on the platform and you're good for the platform in terms of engaging people and you add value, then it kind of promotes, make it more likely that you're going to get connections and people replying to your messages. And if you are somebody that identifies as just spamming people, or that people are blocking, then it's going to decrease the amount of people that when you send connections it actually lands to those people. So you're going to want to examine your connection rate. And here in a second, I'll start showing you like the math of what I would start with. Then you're going to want to check your replies um, as the next kind of key metric that comes in, because if people were connecting with you but they're not replying to you, then there could be something off with respect to the audience or the messaging itself. And then you're going to want to, and this is the percentage you want to kind of track here, and just a couple of benchmarks. Connection rate, you definitely want above 20 ideally, and really the 40 to 50% range is what you're going to want to shoot for. It really depends on the target market and how well you've filtered the lists. And then for response rate, ideally you want to be above 10% in really in the 30% range. Again, depends on, I'm not going to identify this client, but this is actually pretty good for them, and they have a very high ticket service that they close deals on. They're very well known in their space, and they do a great job. And for them to even get these types of leads and be able to close business is excellent. It totally justifies the efforts put into this. So you're going to want to definitely track your metrics, but for this video, I want to just show you the process that was just going to prepare you for what you're looking at and what you're trending towards if you're going to get a result. And the ideal out of this is you're getting interested replies and leads generated, and then you're going to want to do appointments, track your appointments generated from that, and then you want to have another column that's sales closed when you're, especially if you're doing this for yourself. And but I didn't want to show you guys any of those things. I actually cut off quite a few columns here so that I would not reveal too much about my clients' information. So what do you want to focus on when you start out? You want to focus on connections. So the standard number of connection requests per day on LinkedIn is 20 per day, 100 per week. Really, it's 100 per week. So I think of it like 20 per day, Monday through Friday. You're going to want to send a minimum of 100 connection requests per week. And then what's super important is the message that you send, the follow up that you send. You want your profile to be set up and congruent to your offer. Ideally, you want to be posting and engaging regularly on LinkedIn. And what you're going to look for out of this 100 connections per week is 20 to 40 connections accepted. And then you're going to want, out of the 20 to 40 connections accepted, that will be around, ideally, 10 through 30 replies. And then you're going to want, and this response rate's based on the number of connection requests sent, not the amount of people that actually connected. So 10 through 30 replies out of the 100 per week that you're sending out. And then from your 10 to 30 replies, you're going to want around it is going to be around 10, actually be 4 through 10 interested replies equals leads. And then out of your 4 to 10 replies, in interested leads, that is generally, in my experience, 2 out of 5 out of interest equals an appointment scheduled on average. So we'll say that would be 1 through 2 appointments scheduled. And then for every 1 to 2 appointments scheduled, that'll be, so the standard average, and there's tons of people that outperform this, we say 20% to 25% closing rate for your appointment scheduled, assuming everything lines up in terms of your offer, the target, and all that. So that would be 1 sale closed every 2 weeks. And that's if, which is, average numbers, pretty conservative, which a lot of people, if you got a recurring monthly service, like say you sell Facebook ads and you make 1,000 per month off of them, off your client, from your service to your client per month, then if you stack these up and you don't have high churn rate, then pretty soon you're making 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. Just depends on your offer, depends on your service. Personal training could be the same thing. And these are conservative numbers, as well as there's ways, assuming that you're being promoted on the LinkedIn platform and you're doing everything correct, that LinkedIn's happy. There are people there, in definitely ways in which you can get to 200 connections per week easily. This is very common. But you can totally make the sales on this 100 per week. Like let's say you're selling a website for $10,000 and you make a sale every 2 weeks. You're probably pretty happy. And what if you just duplicated this process out and with a sales rep or an assistant that did this as well, and then you're still making that 1 sale close every 2 weeks, still generating the appointment scheduled. But this is just with connection requests. There's InMail, there's group messages, there's when you connect with people, you get their email and you can send them an email with, like, let's say a free value or some sort of discount or free value offer, or some guide that kind of leads them to an email nurture sequence. There's a lot more that can stem out of this, but this was just with the 100 connection per week. And for a lot of clients, they're doing well. You can get to the point where you're allowed to do 200 connections per week, and that's 2 sales per week. And then if you add on the group messages, the InMail, the email sends they're able to do, and there's ways to make that automated through cloud-based solutions, hooking Zapier to like a spreadsheet, and we'll break that down in a separate video as well. But the point is, by developing a message, and you're going to want like a follow-up message, like a positive connection message, having a follow-up message, and this will be enough for another video as well. for how to actually tune those in. But if you have these and you send these connection requests and you engage with people on LinkedIn, you can start doing this each week. And I think it's a really easy thing you can do. And even just to send 20 connections per day manually can take, if you've got the list already prepared, and you honestly an assistant can help you with this, and there's automations that can help you in for certain things to make this really quick. So I think it's totally worth spending the 20 minutes, the 30 minutes to send those, even if it was manually, which I've done a lot of, those connection requests per day, and you could easily start selling your service in a way that's pretty low maintenance and pretty effective. So let me know what you think. Feel free to ask any questions that you want me to elaborate more on in the comment section, and stay tuned for the next video.